Episode number 2 of What's the Tea with Miss H and Miss M. Your go-to people for anything dealing with education / what is my teacher thinking? Here's the scoop. Here's the tea.
Here's the tea.
So,
and it's hot.
Welcome back. We're very excited to continue this episode, even though we've had our pitfalls here and there.
Oh,
God. But here we are, and we're going to stay focused on the positive. So the first positive is we want to talk about staying motivated all the way to the end.
To the end
of the year.
Teaching has to keep going, even after testing. Do you hear me?
Please listen. No matter how much you hear others in other areas, other teachers in other places, or maybe in your own school, who knows, who cares, whatever. You know, on Instagram, recording,
Twitter, Facebook,
whatever. Maybe they're starting a business. Maybe they're realtors. You just never know. No matter how great and big the temptation may be, stay on task.
Stay. Because you never know. And
the reason that we're bringing this up, it's after testing, the kids are kind of like,
they're on downtime mode, and they kind of know.
They're counting to summer.
Yeah.
They're counting to Memorial Day weekend. They're counting down, and I understand.
Yeah.
The idea of freedom, you know, but at the same time, you'll have kids that are counting down to sadness because they really do like coming to school. They like the routine, and you just don't want to be that person that they'll remember, oh yeah, that was the lady that let us watch movies for a whole month at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then a kid sitting there struggling, doesn't know how to read, and you're sitting there on your phone like, oh, I'm so cool on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, whatever.
Believe it or not, they love that routine.
They love learning.
Once you've got it in them and embedded in them,
you sold them on that. Right, that's your fault now. I'm sorry. You're going to have to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep going.
As tired as... Now, I'm not going to say you're going to be teaching 150% of the time.
Right,
like,
no way.
But keep the routine. Keep the walking around and monitoring. And once in a while, say, hey, kid, you've come a long way.
Exactly.
I'm proud of your handwriting. You used to write like this. Because I do it.
I do too.
You used to write like this. Look how you're writing now. Yeah. And they go, wow. Because they don't realize that they're changing. Because they're so used to seeing themselves a certain way. When you compare and contrast, they're like, wow.
And that's so exciting. That is still teaching.
Relatable / story time. So I say relatables in the sense that maybe you can relate to the story. Not personally, but maybe a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Or maybe your aunt.
No.
You never know. So in my situation, I have a teacher friend. One of many. He's been in many different schools. And because of this, many charter schools. And because of this, there's lack of, like, home. He doesn't have a home. And as much as we like to vent and talk bad about, oh, I hate my school, I hate this, I hate that, because we all have those moments.
Yeah, me too.
You know, you have something to hate. You know, he's been in so many different situations that no matter what he does, he can't do right by administration. And it's not a guy that talks bad. It's not a guy that doesn't come to work. He's punctual. He's there every day. He teaches his butt and his heart off. Like, this guy is a good teacher. But he kind of is humble and noble to a point. Noble's the word. He will fight for the rights of children no matter how much it goes against the administration. He's one of those. He's a child advocate at heart. He shouldn't be a teacher. He should be fighting for the rights of children.
And advocacy.
Yeah, definitely. So my poor friend, he was having a situation where he has a student where she's on suicide watch, a 5th grader. This is the little girl that hates how she looks. She hates everything about her. She has very little things. But the little joy she has is him. She's like, oh, you know, you're the dad I always wanted, you know, stuff like that. Because we also have to keep into account that a male elementary teacher is a rare commodity. Not many teachers, not many students are exposed to having a male figure in these formative years. And the fact that you as an administrator can catch one, like, why not? You know, it benefits everyone. So in this situation, my poor teacher friend, he was fed up. He was fed up with it. The girl, 2 kids that are always bullying her. And when we say bullying as teachers, we really do mean it.
Yeah.
It's not a kid picking on me or laughing at me. It's constant, beating this person up with your words and just ridiculing them, and it's just hurting their feelings to a point of no return.
And those are the most lasting ones, are the bullying. It's the
You'll
words.
remember it, because I remember I was sitting in my middle school one day in lunch, and this kid, first day in middle school, I'm sitting in the table by myself, and this kid just runs up to me and says, "You're ugly," expletive. You're something ugly. And I looked at him, and he just ran away laughing, and I teared up.
Yeah.
I started crying.
Right now,
who knows?
I bet you he's nowhere to be found. And
I mean, it brought me to a point where I was like, wow, I didn't do anything. Because, they say, if you don't mess with nobody, nobody's going to mess with you.
Not true. Not true at all.
Sometimes your presence will irritate someone. And you have to teach children this. It's okay. So, he's building her up. He's like, come on, don't do this. Don't let those kids, they're going to do nothing to you. He's building her up. And the girl's like, no, that's it. It's over. I'm done with my life. Like, she literally said, that's it. And she ran out of the class.
No way.
So he runs. He tells the teacher next door, hey, watch the kids. I got to go. He runs after the girl. The cop sees the girl running out of the building, trying to stop her and stuff. So the cop is like, what's going on? And they agree on the cop going to talk to the kids. Like, enough is enough. No. This is serious.
Right.
This is an offense. You can get arrested for this. Like, this is something serious, right? At least scare some sense into them. And apparently, he gets through the what is that called? The voice thingy? The speaker?
The speaker, the PA.
The PA. The principal says, Mr. L, as soon as you're done, come see me in my office.
Ooh,
so now we're talking about charter school kids. And this is a specific type of charter school where they've probably been kicked out of regular public schools.
Oh,
so this is the scenario. And all the kids were like, oh, you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, oh, man. Like, I just bought a house. I have a wife, 2 kids.
Yeah.
He's the provider. So the lady goes and she's like, the administration is like, I don't like that you went straight to the police without me. So he's trying to explain the scenario. Like, I was literally left no choice. This is what I had to do. And she was like, okay, sign this paper here. You're fired. Today's your last day.
And, I get it. I mean, but do they know that in a split second, some things can just spiral and you really don't have any control over it? I mean, give the benefit of the man, give him what they say, the benefit of the doubt. We're short of male teachers. I'm quite sure he had every bit of interest.
I mean,
best interest at this, at this moment. And this child, he was really trying to reach her.
And then he was like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, honestly, you messed up. You should have, pretended to let her know, at least.
Wow.
But in the moment, in the heat of the moment, the last thing on your mind is, I got to tell my best.
Exactly. I mean, I get the protocol thing, but come on. Sometimes we can just get a slap on the hand and then.
But that's what I'm saying. The problem is a lot of administrators get in administration because they don't like kids.
Well, not only that,
and they don't like teaching, and they have an ego.
Or they try to teach, or they try to run the school like a business, and you cannot run a school like a business where, today something happened that you don't like it. All right, you get the pink slip. No way.
Yeah.
Here, teaching,
but in the charter school,
right.
Yeah.
But education is different. It's different. There's a process. There's I hear your side of the story. I saw this, but this is the way we do it. Just continue to work like that. Not a pink slip right away. And I think that's so sad.
And this is a friend of mine that the last time he had a good job.
Yeah.
He finally got a public school job once, and the first thing they did was the principal calls him and she's like, I can't hire you, man, because
of your past principal.
Oh my God. She said this, she said that.
I think she had it out for him.
She said, what did she say? She said, he left the building during teaching time. And he's like, well, I left because you fired me and you forced me to leave with the security guard.
Right.
So you have to, as a principal, you have to be cautious.
Well, don't get me started on charter schools, because right now, what's going on,
sucks.
Passing bills
In our county.
You know, in the middle of the night, and it hasn't reached everyone yet. That's some slimy, crimey thing.
So,
you know, but
our last voting, now we got to get into it. Our last voting, our last voting, they put into a ballot to give public school teachers a raise. So, it pains me to see how this divided many people, because I recall seeing things on the internet. Now, remember, the internet can be very misleading.
Very.
But it wouldn't surprise me, because a lot of the owners of these schools, charter schools, were advocating for teachers not to get paid as much, because that would mean less money for them. So they would send letters out to the parents saying, you're going to pay more help, more taxes, more this, more that. But they always find a way to cut the public school teachers, piece of the pie. So I know many of the people that supported it, and I'm talking about, these are middle, upper class people.
Right, and you know who you are. Those people who buy into those charter schools and this is a business thing, you know who you are. You know you're dead wrong.
And ironically, the people I'm talking about that voted for the public school teachers to get a raise, 90% of them have their kids in private schools.
Yes.
But listen, they wanted the public school teachers to get a raise because they say that's damage control for us. Mm-hmm. Because these are people that are going to be in our society. So they look at the bigger picture, right? So they all voted for yes, and then it trickled down that charter schools are going to get it, and they were very upset because they're like, that's not what we voted for.
Yeah.
But anything could be amended. Yeah. Anything could be manipulated. Right. And with the right people, with the wrong people in the right places, right. It doesn't surprise me. That's my wording. I knew they were going to find a way to take the money anyway. So,
but we got a little stay positive, because it has to still go up the ladder. But we hope when it continues to go up that ladder, that it comes back in our favor, because these charter schools are getting, money and funding from all these other privatized sectors that public schools are not. We're just not.
I wanted to share with you guys something positive, something cool that we've been doing in our classrooms. Oh, positive. Something positive. Something positive we've been doing in the classroom. And real quick, this is something, and I'll put it in the description, that you can use in your classroom, or if you're a parent with your child. We follow iReady. We do a lot of iReady in our school. So what I do is I have this little punch card where they have this hanging on a metal cabinet, this hole puncher that happens to be in the shape of a heart. And once they get 100% on their lesson, they'll go to and this is based on a trust system, by the way. You gotta trust each other here. And they go and they punch it, and it's immediate satisfaction and goal setting that, look, I'm doing this and it's cool. And at the end, once they're all punched in, I verify on the computer. I make sure that they have the adequate amount, that they're not just punching. Sometimes we get confused. And it's okay to verify. Or at least to let them know I'm verified.
Yeah, I'm watching.
So then I have something called Adventure Time Lunch, where I show Adventure Time, which is the cartoon show the kids love. I have the DVD. I just show one episode. Episodes are 10 minutes. And then we just sit down and we eat lunch together in my classroom. Not all of them, only the ones that get to put this raffle ticket in.
And when she gave me that idea to do it with my little ones, I thought it wasn't going to work, but oh my God. I didn't know how much of it was a reward for them to eat lunch with me. I mean, it made me feel like I was famous.
Because it's quiet. Mm-hmm. They don't have to hear other kids.
And a child said that to me, so you're right.
Yeah.
It's true.
And for some reason, they don't really like the other kids in other grades. They're like, oh, this 5th grader. They always tell me a story.
It's pre-K. They're so noisy and so
loud.
They're like, yeah, pretty much. And so this is another tidbit that we have for teachers.
Yeah.
And I call her my Jellies.
Jelly.
She also purchased this for me, and
it's a garden tool belt.
Right, but I call it teacher's best friend fanny pack. amplifier that we both have that she got.
I'll put everything in the description
from
as much as
Amazon.
I can. I can't say everything because this was the garden belt was at Target for $3 in the Target dollar store section. So good luck with that. Now, this was like during spring break for us. This is during March.
And no, the pens didn't come with it.
Sorry.
We actually,
I know you were wondering.
put that in there.
You're wondering.
And it just has a lot of things that we need, like at the tip of our fingers, and it's so convenient. And this case before we noticed like it has pros and cons, but the con to this is that sometimes it doesn't goes with our outfit. What we have, I mean, like if we don't have that certain
like an area to clasp it,
right?
Yeah,
it can be annoying. It falls. This is our second one. I mean, come on.
It's my second one for sure because I've knocked it over a few times.
Right, but I mean, but this amplifier is so good. The children love it. They, it's another new piece of technology in the classroom. It changes your voice. It alters it. It also alters for me because I do talk very loud because I'm excited and passionate. And it's not something bad, but it also helped me bring it down. And to the children, I can actually whisper in and they still hear me very clear. And what else do you find that's good about this?
It helps you realize what you're saying.
Yeah.
While you're saying it. You know, the first time I used it, I had like a culture shock with how, like, the sarcasm I was using. And I don't like sarcasm, but for some reason, I would vent using sarcasm. So it kind of helped me hear how I was being ineffective with my talking or my teaching or whatever.
Yeah.
So it humbled me.
Right.
And it made me more careful with what I'm saying because you'll see teachers and they'll come and they'll knock on my door and say, "Oh, you're teaching about cause and effect today. I heard you."
I heard you.
And I'm like, "Oh God, good thing I'm actually teaching in here."
It really amplifies, but in a good way. A good way. So this is really good. I mean, we both love it.
It's rechargeable, so you just plug it in.
Oh yeah.
Every day I recharge it.
It's one of the best gifts that I was gifted from her this year.
So far.
Yeah, so far. It's one of the best.
Yes.
All right.
So the question we want to leave you with today is we kind of a little bit talked about bullying. You know, the girl who was very upset and kids were bullying her. So the question for today is, what would you do if you saw someone getting bullied? How would you just stand up for them? Thank you for watching What's the Tea with Miss H.